In less than 150 years, our carbon society transformed planet Earth. Yet, today more than 50% of ecologies in the world are determined by unsustainable industrialization processes. For example, Greater Miami and the islands is one of the most climate-vulnerable zones on planet Earth. We cannot afford to continue in the same direction. We need new ideas and collective solutions. In the coming decades, the low-lying areas of Miami will be swallowed by sea level rise combined with increased yearly threats of hurricanes up to 10 meters, king tides, tropical storm surges, bay contaminations, coral bleaching, and heat waves. Not far away from Miami, the strongest hurricane named Dorian on record hit the Bahamas, wreaking massive devastation on the islands and loss of life with maximum sustained winds of 297 km/h in 2019. The storm surge topped 7 meters above normal tide levels in September 2019. For Miami, 2.5 to 3 meters of sea level rise by 2100 is possible and catastrophic. With storm surges up to 7 to 10 meters, inundations of this magnitude would physically displace some 800,000 to 1 million residents of Miami-Dade County. A large portion of the urban settlements will be uninhabitable if decision-makers continue building as usual. Besides, most of the infrastructure in Miami is over 80 years old. Out-of-control runoffs, contaminants, and thousands of leaking septic tanks pollute and spill yearly millions of gallons of sewage into the bay. On top of all of this, the porous limestone rocks its residents live and work on every day means there is no stopping sea level rise, changing ocean currents, storm surges, and saltwater intrusion and contaminants into the drinkwater aquifers. Under the 3-year umbrella of the FIU Climate Resilient Urban Nexus Choices and the Food Water Energy Nexus Research, 6 graduate and master architecture design studios and researchers looked at designing adaptive, resilient, biology-inspired, and carbon-positive green-blue infrastructures and off-the-grid buildings. Some of them represent self-growing coastal barrier islands and hybrid buildings on a timeline from 2018 to 2100. Most interesting is that the young research studio designs and children born in 2018 in Miami will live to see at least 2 to 6 meters of sea level rise and major environmental living and working disruptions with eminently needed adaptations. The studio designs are startling ideas, wishes, visions, imaginations, mysteries, and beautiful and engaging thought processes of this generation. These systems and structures act as dynamic self-powered hybrids that are floating, sitting in, out, or under the water with the ability to be completely self-sufficient. All benchmarked against 100% carbon neutrality and the food-water renewable energy nexus. All research designs are based on approximately 80-year scenarios in which modeling by NOAA, NASA, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, and big reinsurance companies like Swisser Allianz placed much of the low-lying areas underwater. The studies include data-driven artificial intelligence-assisted generative design workflows for adaptation, future well-being, informative relocation scenarios, with solutions from 6 studios over a period of 3 years. They all identify future climate change-impacted sites, disruptive building technologies, new self-sufficient food and water production modes, and long-term resilient survivor systems with dynamically changing social, cultural, and economic identities. This includes anticipating future adaptation potentials and mitigate the aforementioned environmental issues through the lens of ongoing transformations in the geospecific social, cultural, and ecological context of downtown Miami, Miami Beach, and the city of South Miami between now and 2100. Of course, the envisioning what lies unseen is not completed yet, and more work needs to be done in the future.
it's a replacement, but it's also to open it up. So this can be opened up. Yeah, you can open that up, you know. If you have a transportation container boat or something. So it fits through for emergency or construction.